Once upon a time, in a world where everything was bright and colorful, there lived two best friends, Bubbles, a lively and curious blue bubble, and Zing, a quick-witted yellow lightning bolt. Bubbles lived in the Sky Bubble Kingdom, where clouds were soft as cotton candy, and every bubble floated through the air like a friendly balloon. Zing lived in the Electric Grove, a forest of glowing trees and crackling energy. One day, while Bubbles was floating lazily near a cloud, she noticed something strange in the sky, a dark shadow spreading across the land. "What is that?" Bubbles wondered aloud. It was the work of the dark mist, a mysterious and mischievous force that loved to steal color and joy from the world. Bubbles rushed to tell Zing. "Zing! We have to stop the dark mist. It's stealing all the color and happiness," she exclaimed, her bubbles popping with determination. Zing, ever ready for an adventure, crackled with energy. "Let's go! We'll need to work together. You bring the lightness, and I'll bring the speed." With a flash of lightning, Zing shot up into the sky, and Bubbles followed, floating gently behind him. As they reached the edge of the dark mist, they saw that it had already covered the rainbow forest, turning the once vibrant trees into dull, gray shapes. "We have to stop it before it spreads any further," Bubbles said, her voice bubbling with worry. Zing zoomed around the dark mist, zapping it with tiny bolts of electricity. Each zap made a part of the mist vanish, but there was so much of it, and it kept coming back. "We need a bigger plan," Zing said, flickering his tail in frustration. Bubbles thought for a moment, then smiled. "I have an idea. What if we create a giant bubble of happiness? My bubbles can trap the mist inside, and then you can electrify it to break it apart." Zing's eyes lit up. "That's brilliant, Bubbles. Let's do it." Bubbles floated higher, gathering all her energy. She started blowing the biggest bubble the Sky Kingdom had ever seen. The bubble was filled with all the joy, laughter, and colors of the Sky Bubble Kingdom. Meanwhile, Zing zipped around her, creating a circle of electric energy to hold the bubble steady. With a crackle and a pop, the bubble grew larger and larger until it was big enough to trap the dark mist. With one final burst of energy, Zing shot a massive lightning bolt into the bubble, electrifying it. The bubble shimmered brightly, and the dark mist began to shrink away, dissolving into nothingness. The colors of the rainbow forest returned, the trees bloomed with vibrant hues, and the sky was blue again,